$13 million is earmarked for 7 springs restoration projects in the Suwannee River Water Management District. $57 million was announced for statewide projects identified by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. This includes Post Springs in Alachua County.
So this project in particular, this is a land acquisition project adjacent to Post Springs. It's 250 acres that will prevent potential harmful development close to the spring. Obviously, there are very sensitive areas that we want to preserve, and while development is good for the state of Florida, if it is nearby to a spring and could provide negative impacts to it, we want to make sure that these springs are protected as possible.
The funding also supports projects like the Fanning Springs wastewater system expansion, Mill Creek Aquifer recharge in Columbia County, and Phase 2 of the High Springs Wetland Expansion Initiative.
Farmers in the Panhandle